What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel.
Alright, so today's video is going to be the 10 reasons why you should / should not join the military. First off, let me apologize for my voice. I sound a little raspy, and I think she's creeping up on me right now, but I sound a little raspy right now. I do not have the coronavirus. We're not even gonna make jokes about that, but a little congested these last 2 days, but I'm getting a lot better. We're about to go to Walmart, so I figure I'll bring the camera with me and I'll vlog on the trip so we're not just sitting in one spot. Start with the cons, the 5 reasons why you should not join the military. Ooh, it is so bright out here, man. Let's start with 5 reasons why you should not. So number 1 on here is family separation. So family separation, that is pretty big for me. Everybody pretty much knows this. Join the military, you're gonna be separated from your family. It's expected. So me, for example, I am from South Florida and shipped out, and my first duty station was beautiful old Cheyenne, Wyoming. So not only am I like damn near across the country, but like I have no like close relatives nearby, like in neighboring states or anything like that. Like this is my first time being so far west, so you just gotta like understand that like you're gonna be pretty far from family, friends. You know, it's like usually just a complete fresh start in life. So that's reason number 1. Number 2, not a choice in where you want to live. So again, like I said, I'm from South Florida. If I had to choose where I'd want to get stationed, now yes, don't get me wrong, there is the dream sheet, there's BOP, basic preference, and all that stuff that, you know, can come into play. But assuming that these are not in the factor, it's just simple like, hey, you go to boot camp, tech school, and then boom, you get your duty station. So you don't really get a say in where you want to go, you know. So like I said, if I had to pick where I want to live, it would definitely not be Cheyenne, Wyoming. It could be a good thing for some people, just exploring new sides of the country, you know, meeting different people and all that. But honestly, if I were to choose, I'd totally pick something different. So number 3, limited control. Limited control. Basically, in the military, you're kind of just told what you have to do, where you have to do it, and when you have to do it. Kind of into a Walgreens drive-thru, so I had to stop my video for her.
I have a prescription for Michaela White.
Michaela White. So with the whole coronavirus stuff going on, there's a travel ban placed on all military members on active duty, where we cannot travel as in like hop on a plane, and basically I can't hop on a plane and go to Florida right now, right? So we can't travel. So that's one of the things, right? So like they're basically like the military essentially has a control of your life. You know, they play a big role in what you can and cannot do. So whereas my fiance here, she's not military. If she wants to hop on a plane and go somewhere, nobody's gonna stop her. You know, she can totally go ahead and do it, but that's, you know, all at her own risk. Alright, you guys, so I know these last 3 bullets, they all kind of, you know, tied in with one another. But this 4th bullet right here is going to be completely different. This one is going to be leadership. So first and foremost, before I dive into this bullet, understand that all these are my opinions. And if you don't like what I'm saying, then that's too bad. But anyways, right, leadership. And I'm not talking about the leadership that, like, you know, always has something to say, that's actually like looking out for you to make sure you're, you know, your uniform's on the right way or anything like that. I'm not talking about that kind of leadership. I'm talking about the leadership where like just because they're higher ranking than you, they feel like they have to tell you something. People you actually don't come in contact with. You just could be walking around base and they just stop you just because they feel like they can. Talking about that kind of leadership, right? So understand that with leadership, it's gonna almost feel like, you know, I don't know if you grew up with parents that were always on your back, or maybe strict parents. Like it's gonna almost feel like that sometimes. With this bullet I'm talking about here, understand that like there's always gonna be people like essentially watching you or having a need to probably say something to you at any given time. Personal time, when I first got to this base, firing cops, we get BAS. Everybody else, you get, they're usually on the meal card. I'm talking about the guys in the dorms here. So me being on BAS status, where we get extra money for food, I was about 3 days into being here at my first duty station, and I was getting some lunch. And I remember I had gotten breakfast early that morning, and they told me, hey, like, you know, you could just go ahead and sign on this paper and use your CAT card for now until your BAS kicks in. So that was the ladies at the dining facility being real nice to me and allowing me to just, you know, kind of like do that while everything gets processed since I just got to the base. And like I said, it's lunchtime, so I'm getting some lunch. And I go up to the same lady who I was dealing with at breakfast, and I told her, hey, you know, remember you told me to just sign the paper? She was like, oh yeah, that's right, you know, go ahead and just do that. And I give her my CAT card, and some sergeant who was there, probably, he was like, you know, as firefighters, we have like a fire badge right here, so you could clearly tell, you know, when you're a firefighter. At least that was with the ABUs. Now we're OCP, so it's a little bit different, but that's off topic. So the staff sergeant, or I'm not sure what his rank was, but the sergeant that was there across from me, who was getting ready to check out as well, he was like, hey, you're a firefighter, you get BAS, right? I was like, yes sir, I do. He's like, all right, well, you know, that's stealing from the government, right? Using your CAT card. And little does he know the reason why I'm using my CAT card. Little does he know that I've been here for no more than 72 hours on this base, you know, like, so like they just don't really know like why you're doing something, but you know, they just feel the need to kind of jump in and intervene with whatever's going on. So understand that that's part of leadership, that's part of the military life. Like, somebody's always gonna be there to maybe correct you or just kind of jump into your business and tell you something. Sometimes it could be for the good, right? Sometimes they could just be correcting you for something, but other times it may just kind of tick you off just because you know that, you know, hey, like, none of your business, here's the reason why I'm doing it. Like, I'd love to tell you why I'm doing it, but you know, just to avoid further talk and small talk, and maybe the thought of maybe I could be disrespecting you, I'll just go on and say yes sir, yes ma'am, and just go about the day. So you just got to understand that and just kind of just play along and be respectful. That's it. Last bullet for the reasons why you should not join the military. This final bullet is going to be on signing your life away, as we're used to hearing it. Basically contracts, that's the last bullet. So with contracts, you just got to understand, I can't speak for other branches, but with the Air Force, you either sign a 4-year contract or a 6-year contract when it comes to active duty. I know some other branches, you can sign as little as 3 years active, some could be 5, but anyways, basically you're signing to be part of the military for a number of years, right? So you can't just decide one day like, hey, this isn't for me, I'm just gonna quit right here. You know, it's not like going to work at Target and then after 90 days it doesn't work out, you decide to quit because you signed a contract, you exchanged a deal with the government, so you still owe them that amount of time. That's all 5 reasons why you should not join the military. And again, don't take these too hard. I'm not trying to tell you guys to not join the military, but I did save the 5 reasons why you should join the military for last, because I feel like it was easier to think of reasons to join as opposed to not joining the military. A little PSA disclaimer here. Top 5 bullets are, and they're in no particular order. All right, don't take that to heart either. Reason number 1 as to why you should join the military, that is going to be stability. All right, financial stability to be exact. So prime example, you know, I like to take real life examples, you know, pair them with things that's actually going on right now so you guys can better understand what I'm talking about. The whole corona stuff going on right now, a lot of people losing their jobs, just getting laid over or fired, whatever the case is, or some people are just getting sent home until their companies open back up again, and they're being sent home without pay, right? So for us military, part of that financial stability is that, you know, we still have a job at the end of the day. We're still receiving a paycheck on the 1st and the 15th. So that is a huge plus right there, just being able to know that, hey, like, one day I'm not just gonna get fired because of something crazy going on in the world, some pandemic or something like that. Got my little handy notepad again, so we're not going off topic. One, why you should join the military, right, was financial stability. Carrying on to reason number 2 now, benefits. That's right, benefits. We all love benefits. A normal civilian who wants to buy a house when they hit their 30s, maybe, they gotta have, what is it, 10%, I think it is, 10% down for that home. Us military, $0 down because of the VA home loan. That, I think, in my opinion, is one of the best incentives right there. That's a huge benefit right there. VA home loans is a prime example. You got medical and dental. That's also covered for active duty and maybe your spouse, your children. I know the coverages aren't like exactly 100%, or it's not 100% free. You know, there could be some co-pays and stuff like that you got to do, but cheaper than it would be for somebody who's a civilian. Life insurance at an affordable rate for your family, your spouse, whatever, all that. So basically benefits as a whole. That is reason number 2 as to why you should join the military. Reason number 3 as to why you should join the military, stepping stone. That's just how I wrote in my book. What I basically mean, joining the military is a huge stepping stone for many people that probably don't know what exactly they want to do with their lives. Let's say you're a high school graduate, just graduated high school, you're still kind of deciding what you want to major in, you don't know what you want to do, and I totally get it. I was in that same position right out of high school. If you don't have the mentorship or anything like that, you could be a little confused as to exactly what you want to do. And not wasting time, in my opinion, is probably the best thing you could do. So not wasting time, join the military, using that as a stepping stone to kind of guide you and get your feet wet into what you would like to do. While you're in the military, you can get your college work done, you can get your schooling done, all that, maybe even get your bachelor's degree while you're in. So that is all part of having that stepping stone, right? It just sets you up for the future. Let's say I decide to get out after my 4-year contract. I can, try and get hired on as a firefighter back home or whatever city I decide to move to. And that's just an example of that stepping stone, right? I basically use the Air Force as a stepping stone. They got my feet wet in some kind of career path, and now I got some knowledge and I'm certified as a firefighter, and I could, decide to do that as a career if I wanted to. So reason number 3, stepping stone. Reason number 4, why you should join the military: travel. Yeah, travel. I know a lot of people like to travel. I can't really speak too much on that one because currently I'm in Cheyenne, Wyoming. That's not what I was looking forward to when I heard travel. But all jokes aside, traveling is definitely a huge opportunity in the military, man. If you want to get away from home and just experience new places, new people, and just just basically get out of the same old situation, right? You just want to do something different. So for me, coming from Florida, I went to boot camp for the Air Force, BMT, over in San Antonio, Texas. That was the farthest west I've ever been. So going to Texas for the first time, that was pretty cool. I mean, I didn't see much up until graduation, but nonetheless, it's still a sense of travel, right? So after BMT, unfortunately, I stayed in the state of Texas for my tech school for firefighting. We went up to Goodfellow, West Texas or something like that. But anyways, it's still a different part of Texas, right? Whereas some people went from Texas to Biloxi, Mississippi, from Mississippi maybe to like Cali or something like that. But basically, like, you could just visit different states just upon boot camp and your job training. And then for a handful of years, they've already seen like so many different countries, different states. So that's a huge opportunity. All right, last but not least, hopefully this video hasn't been too long. I hope you guys still watching and enjoying everything I'm throwing at you. Last reason here on the list of reasons to join the military, it's gonna be networking. So networking, basically, like, just to tie it into a whole bunch of things: networking, camaraderie, the people you meet, all that. Like, it's unmatched, man. Like, the people you meet in the military, like the lifelong friends you make, that ultimately can just become something bigger than friendship, right? And I'm not just talking about relationships and getting married with somebody, but like, I mean, like, let's say you just meet somebody and then they get out in some years and you guys had a great relationship, and now this person's starting up their own business, and you being one of their good friends, like, you also get out and, like, not having a job right away, you just got out the military, you're still kind of getting your feet wet in different things, building that network. Maybe that person decides, hey, like, come work with me, let's be business partners. That's just a small example, right? But basically, networking, the people you meet, man, just don't take that lightly. Just, build great relationships with people. Be respectful and nice to everybody you meet. You never know where that could take you and where that could lead you, right? The people you meet today, they could ultimately just be helping you and setting you up for the future. So networking, I believe, is pretty big. So that is everything right there. Remember, at the end of the day, you sign a contract, so just put your full head in the game, man. Like, just, if you start something, make sure you finish it. Whether you like it or not, just know that you signed that contract. Just give your all for the remaining years that you have on that contract, and I guarantee you it'll be well worth it, whether you get out or you stay in. I have a day in the life of a firefighter video that is fully edited, ready to be uploaded. I just have to get that viewed and approved by my fire chief. Once all that's done with, and that video will be all ready to go for you guys. I'm sure you guys will enjoy that one. Just being able to see what the day in the life of a firefighter is for 48 hours. Really cool video. It is a little bit lengthy, I'll just say that. But anyways, so thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, please leave them down in the comment section below.